I'm humbled to receive and accept the honor and would like to begin by thanking the entire board, Jonathan, and the Gill's incredible team for considering me to represent an idea of national service. When I think of service, I think of family, home, courage, and humility. Let me explain. Last night, I was speaking with some Guild community members, and it hit me. I realized that the Guild represented a space that reminded me of a place where family converges, home. The place you come back to after you go off in the world somewhere. You sometimes check in or you come to annual events, but mostly return to feel the warmth, get energized, and have authentic conversations that are fun, inspirational, thoughtful, and sometimes even tough. You also know you have those family members that can actually throw you off your center and, well, maybe surprise and even embarrass and make you feel quite uncomfortable. Well, all of that was crystallized last night for me and this morning in several ways. I truly knew that the Guild was not only a representation of a family, but had now entered the realm of being family for me. Home and family is something that has been at the root of everything I have done in my adult life. And I believe that has a lot to do with being a child of African and Caribbean descent. Coming from the Caribbean, I never felt lost, but was always searching. Because the pride and reassurance my family instilled in us, being Jamaican, was beyond profound. I knew I always had somewhere safe, familiar, welcoming to go, no matter how different I felt, if I needed it. That was powerful and not to be understated. Many of my Black American friends did not have such an amazing luxury. I had two homes, America and Jamaica. Having a safe and familiar space, a space that would allow you to explore ideas of your soul and areas of your spirit and nurture in a way that give agency to your voice is what I knew wholeheartedly and what I wanted my peers and community to experience. So being me, I totally embraced my friend's reality and not having a place to truly go back to and began to feel and felt that it was also my reality now, which actually it was in a sense of having ancestors originally coming from Africa. It was saddening to me that you could actually be somewhere but not really feel at home. Thus how Ifetayo was born. I felt endowed, privileged, blessed, never guilty of having all of those things. I just understood it was now my responsibility, and a responsibility that came along with such opportunities, similar to leadership, power, privilege, and wealth. There was something in my spirit that constantly sought out spaces and places and people that yearned for safe, authentic environments and did the work for a just society. Allow me to tell you a quick little story. Last year, after serving as executive director for 25 years, building a home in a very strong arts and cultural family, I dared to step out into the world and extend my family. I primarily live in the Caribbean now since last year. Yes, I know, the tropics. At 49 years old, why would someone decide to leave America in their prime? Well, as many of my friends would say, leave Brooklyn, USA? To go to a small island and work in a region that was not only considered behind in many areas of social transformation, but so very small. They questioned if it would even be fulfilling for me, especially since I had so many six-figure offers with lots of perks. I received questions like, are you wounded? Did you fail something? Do you need to heal? What is it? Are you running away from something? And that was all because many people see the Caribbean as a place with crystal blue waters, warming sun every day, reggae, soca, calypso music, strong rum, lush forests, beautiful mountains, let me go on, and plants that inspire a sense of, well, let's say euphoric visioning if used in a certain way. A place to escape the mundane reality we all call our lives. As we say in the Caribbean, it's America's exotic playground. Why would I do such a thing, as we say, with so many offers? Well, away from the resorts and the many people escaping, I had the reality of my family in the countryside, the bustling cities, my ancestors' home. I saw all of the wonderful beaches and the rhythmic movement of cultural heritage and the living picturesque snapshots. I enjoyed the local delicacies that expressed the journey of a diversified experiences of people, Caribbean people, in every spicy bite and sweet coconut-filled aroma. I had the legacy of Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey, Usain Bolt, and on, a legacy of the best and the greatest, but I also saw a family that I needed to help. What irony, a place that produced the best and the brand that was known around the world could be somewhat even seen as staggering, but also I saw the struggle of a lush land and the environment to grow everything, but the unprecedented importing of a lesser quality produce saturated our options. I saw a nonprofit sector that was operating with a great deal of nepotism, a legislative process fraught with corruption. I saw a region celebrating independence and liberation every year, but still so nestled in the oppressive ways of their former colonizers. My heart ached. I saw a shortage of opportunities for the arts to exist in ways that could inspire the region to become truly independent yet collaborative like I had experienced in America, and especially here at the Guild. Deciding to go home to Jamaica was more of an ancestral calling than a desire to live on the beach, although the effect and the outcome was one of the same, somewhat sobering. I needed a bit more of that home energy. I get it now, my lifelong quest for my art, my reality, the notion of what and where home is, my understanding of how family is expressed and what community is has always been nurturing, safe, yet uncomfortable. What community is has always been the most important thing for me, and most of all included a responsibility to ensure that these spaces exist in all forms of authenticity to continue serving the world for good. This is courageous to me. When I learned about the Guild many years ago, it was through a request to sit on a panel with 2 other arts administrators in the field to talk with the Guild's board about a possible name change. I knew then that this mature organization was daring to stretch, remain relevant, and vision a future where its family would continue to grow. At this meeting, we discussed things back then, such as, who are the arts organizations we want to inspire and learn from? What do they look like? Who do they serve? How do they teach and why? And the biggest question of all was, how is this change going to affect us? I may be wrong, but I don't think they knew at the time that the Guild would grow to become a safe, warm, re-energizing space, inspiring authentic conversations that are fun, again, inspirational, and sometimes tough. Like I said earlier, that space and place where you can be thrown off your center and embarrassed and then somewhat uncomfortable by that one family member. That would become home to so many daring to have the hard conversations on the ground while understanding that family and home are non-negotiable. What is up for grabs is what we do and how we do it, but never who we are, which is at the root of our values, and that is what the Guild continues to demonstrate. I want to thank the Guild for being an inspiring place where I could come back to and say, this is one of my homes, where my family lives. I, like so many others, visit and am inspired. A home that continues to grow and evolve is evidence of the leader's ability to move out of the way and ensure the facilitation and respond to what those we are in place to serve are requesting. And when a community continues to respond in rapid, excellent, inclusive ways, that to me becomes the beginning of a movement. Seeing workshops this year with titles such as Agency, Democracy, Creativity, Inclusion, Building Hope and Healing, Anti-Racist, Principled Decisions, Collective Action, Social Justice, Holistically Serving Youth, Org Culture of Trust. Why would anyone think we're talking about an arts organization? I came to receive an award of service and was served in so many other ways and served with the most transformational way I could ever imagine. Seeing a group of people with shared values, willing to have difficult conversations. Some families, when strongly rooted in values and ethics, purpose, and growth, move from just being a strong family into a movement. I thank the Guild for creating a movement that I believe is changing the landscape of service in the arts and the nation, and if I dare say, around the world. Many years ago, the Guild would not have been a place I would have called home. But today, it is my home, where my kinfolk converge and courageously dare to do what some call the impossible, whether through cutting-edge conference offerings, engaging some of the brightest minds as staff that I know, developing and maintaining a stellar leadership institute. Family is not bound by space or time, and home is where you make it. Wherever I am, the Guild will always represent the best of what a diverse family united can achieve as long as the values continue to guide. We seldom live out moments before their leaves have dried. In this regard, I salute the Guild for never getting too comfortable and waiting for the leaves to dry before necessary and courageous change occurs. Inspiring consensus, but not encouraging groupthink. Safe, familiar, and caring, but not stagnant and unable to provoke. Thank you for using arts to motivate us to investigate the unknown and inspire a just society. Thank you.